In 2016, the play Seven Letters by Mayo writer Rian Flatley enjoyed enormous success. Now it's back for further performances at the Tabard Theatre, 2 Bath Road, West 4 1LW on the evenings of the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of February and a 2:30pm show on Saturday 4th of February. Inquiries to 020 8995 6035, and I'm pleased to welcome back Rian to the programme once again. Now Rian, congratulations on the success of Seven Letters here at the Irish Spectrum. We reviewed it and give it 5 stars. We'll revisit that shortly. Firstly though, the play's messages are delivered through storytelling and song. I believe your own busy household growing up was one where you were greatly shaped by your father and uncle, who were from Knock, County Mayo's love of anecdotes and literature.
Absolutely, yes. I was raised in music and stories. Yes, that's where it all stems from, them entirely.
Right. Clearly, you value the time spent with the previous generations at home. Now, later on, visits to a care home, you had a sort of a light bulb moment when you realised that the residents were once young, with their own hopes and dreams, and this led to you writing Seven Letters, which is set in the Pines, a care home. Tell us about the characters.
It is, yes. Well, it's not really about a care home. You know, I need to get that straight first. Well, it's about the women, and it's 3 very spirited women who actually end up in there through various circumstances that's brought them there in their life, and it's very telling at first that they would never, ever have been friends. They're very, very different, and they've led very different lives, and they would have very different views. It's led by an Irish actress, Teresa Jennings, and she plays an Irish elderly woman who lived in London, and she relates her story. And then we have 2 other ladies, and they are both very different in character. One has travelled the world, and one has done nothing, more or less. So essentially, they have nothing in common except they're sat in this room together in their twilight years, waiting for, well, what? And the story just weaves in and out, and they tell what happened to them in monologues and things, but they also bicker a lot, and there's banter between them. But the subtext of it is a deep, deep relationship between them, and women being women, you know, having the same issues and the same worries and the same concerns, and even though they're elderly, it's almost like they're not. It's just a complete reflection of their whole lives. So it kind of weaves through, and it weaves around a crossword. One of them is doing a crossword, and a lot of the clues prompt them to telling us different stories or talking about different emotions they might be feeling. So it's that kind of I don't know how you'd say it. Your own Catherine Murphy described it, that it shocks and delights, and it has a ring of truth to it. So most women, I would say most women over the age of 35 totally identify with it, and thankfully a lot of men as well.
Right, that's interesting indeed. Now, the Seven Letters Facebook page is well worth a look. There's a flyer. Our own full favourable review features, together with still photographs of the cast. Rian, performances last year at the Mary Wallace and Waterman's Theatre were well received, including some good reviews on the Irish newspapers.
Absolutely, yes. They gave us great coverage, and that's what we need. You know, I need to get the play out there. It's very difficult. Obviously, there's an awful lot of talented writers around. There's an awful lot of great plays out there, and great Irish plays. I was told that this one's quite fresh because it's not just all Irish cast. We actually have an American in it and a Welsh girl in it, so it's quite diverse with the delivery of it as well. So, but there's a lot you can, if you're Irish and you sit there, you totally tune into it, because you know there are many Irish people living in London for hundreds of years and all the rest of it. But we need to get it out there. We need the opportunity to perform, and we need venues, we need sponsorship, all the other things that new playwrights need. It's worth it. This play is worth it. It really is.
Well, now, of interest, no doubt, to our listeners will be the part of Faye, a feisty character. Now, that's taken by the very, very talented Mayo native Teresa Jennings, an Irish speaker who sings Irish folk and jazz. Now, Teresa has a reputation as an accomplished actress, with the parts of Maureen in the Beauty Queen of Lenan, also the Widow Quinn in Playboy of the Western World in her list of credits. Now, in the role of Faye, Teresa switches between comedy and grief, and must say got a huge reaction from the audiences by all accounts.
Oh yeah, she does an amazing amazing jobs, and they all do. They're all professional actors. They all deliver very well. But Teresa's particular role is quite a difficult one because it's veiled in comedy and banter and wit and that, but actually underneath it, there's a very sad, broken person. She's lived an interesting life. But she's never quite got there, as it were. But her story is so well told, and Teresa delivers so well, and the nuances and her mannerisms and the whole character. From the moment she comes on stage, she's on stage about less than 5 minutes, and you love her character, even though she's wild and she's naughty and she's witty and she's disregarding and she bickers horribly with one of the other actors on one of the other characters. You kind of like her, and you want to be her. You want to be an old lady like her. You think, yeah, I want to be like that person. She's the one I want to be like. But probably most of us aren't. We're probably more ordinary. She's just the wild card, and Teresa does it so well.
Right, now you've actually written and directed Seven Letters. The original music is your husband's, Lindsay Bridgewater, who has a distinguished background, having studied music at Cambridge University. Now, Lindsay has worked on many diverse projects. Can you tell us some of them?
Oh, yes. I mean, he started off in the classical training and went to Cambridge. He got a scholarship to go to Cambridge. And then he left, and he did like lots of people. He broke free and he joined, he actually was Ozzy Osbourne's keyboard player for quite a long time and toured and all that. And then he went down all that road of all that sort of recording and all that stuff. And he MD'd many shows, including Blood Brothers and things. And he finally came full circle. He's now back to his classical roots. He's director of music in a church in Weybridge here, near where we live. But of course, he still composes and writes, and he does recitals and all sorts of things. And luckily, he was on tap to write the music for me, and very beautiful music he has written. And he just listened to what I wanted. He knew what I'd written, but I explained the type of song and delivery I needed for the show, and he just went away and he nailed it. And the music is actually very, very good in it. Very, very, very nice. Yes,
I believe an excellent reaction to it. Now Seven Letters, it isn't a musical, but I know we've actual quiz winners here on the programme who went to see it and felt that the beautifully composed songs and music complemented and enhanced the storylines with the instruments actually played off stage.
Yes.
Well, what's the genre of music and what instruments actually feature?
In the last production we had obviously Lindsay on keys, and there's a guitarist. He plays several different guitars, I believe. You'd probably have to ask him more about that. We had a saxophone player also, Duncan Lamont, a very, very experienced saxophone player, and very well known as well. We were lucky that Lindsay was able to round up these musicians, and a guy called Greg Knowles on drums again, with the Philharmonia Orchestra and all the rest of all those contacts. These people came and played for us. The one in the Tabard, I have to say, in the Tabard is such a small theatre compared to Waterman's. We are only having Lindsay on keys, and he will have probably John Lawrence on guitar with him, which, I know they'll sound brilliant. Because they're so professional, they will. But it's not the same ensemble as what was in Waterman's, I must say.
Right. Now, so far it's played in intimate venues where theatregoers feel like sort of onlookers listening into the conversation between the ladies who while their time away. Now, I'm aware that you'd like to reach sort of more audiences, as you mentioned earlier on. Now, presumably any potential sponsors can private message you on Facebook searching under Seven Letters theatrical play.
Yeah, that would be my dream. I mean, I would love to tour Ireland. I was in Ireland recently, and many of my Irish friends had come over to see the play, as did many of Teresa's Irish friends come and see the play. And we just they keep saying, you've got to bring this to Ireland. They're going to love it because it has the English and the American in it as well. It has that appeal. It's fresh, it's new, it's different. It's not totally Irish cast, delivering an Irish play. It's just much more diverse than that. But yeah, we'd love to tour anywhere with it. But these production costs and all the rest of it, to do it right, it's expensive. And I just feel, I think I feel very sad if we have to put it on the shelf after this.
Indeed so. And beautiful song, Don't Say, we'll have listened to in a moment by Stacey Lay in the song. Tell me this, Rian, are you working on any other projects?
Not at the moment. This has been my focus, I'm just kind of at a crossroads with it now. Where do I go from here with it? Do I sit down and write something else, or do I pursue with this one? I suppose it's because I just love the play and believe it has more legs than it's got at the moment, that I just want to keep going with this and keep improving it, because every time we perform and every time we do it, it gets better. It really, really does.
Excellent. And meanwhile, the upcoming run of Seven Letters is at 7:30 p.m, 1st, 2nd and 3rd of February, and a 2:30 p.m. performance on Saturday, 4th of February, the Tabard Theatre, 2 Bath Road, West 4. And our website is tabardweb.co.uk. Inquiries, telephone line 020 8995 6035. Details are also on our website, irishradio.org. Now, Seven Letters is thought-provoking and will draw out a range of emotions. Tickets or sale, also concessions. And Rian, we're pleased that with the positive reaction has resulted in such a quick revival. And listen, here's wishing you continued success.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all your listeners, and for the many that came to the last show and made themselves known to me. I really do appreciate the Irish support that I get. That's very, very comforting, and it's enjoyable that they come and they do appreciate it. And like me, they get it. They actually understand the characters, and it's really, really refreshing for me to do that kind of work. Can I also say that in the Tabard Theatre, there's a District Line tube station right next to it, and you literally fall out the tube station, turn right, and the theatre's there. So there's no walking, no parking, nothing. It's very, very easy to get to. If anyone's wondering, they're listening from any other part of London, District Line is just literally right on the doorstep.
Excellent, Rian. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.